There is nothing greater than going to the cigar lounge, walking into the humidor, checking out the cigars, and realizing there's a brand you never heard of before. And then you say to yourself, how is it possible I've never heard of this brand? And then you take a look at everything they have to offer, and you're like, how seriously have I not heard of this brand? How had I not heard until just the other day about DBL cigars?
Just the other day?
Just the other day.
DBL Cigars?
DBLcigars.com.
Nice.
It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. I'm Tony Katz, and that right there is America's favorite amateur drinker, Fingers Malloy. This is the MAFU. The MAFU comes in two different styles. You can do this as the Mexican San Andreas or as the Ecuadorian Cameroon. This, kids, is the Ecuadorian Cameroon because we've met before. The filler here, I believe, is Pennsylvania Broadleaf and some Corojo 99. Nice, interesting mix. So I knew nothing about DBL. All I know about the MAFU was that it's named after an employee who's like this eccentric old weirdo guy who's like, listen, for cigars, I'll keep the place clean. And they were like, sold. And so that's how it got to be. So really, I wish I had a story for you about DBL and everything that they've brought to the table. What I can tell you, a lot of different cigars and a lot of playing with that Cameroon. They play with a Mexican Arapiraca, which we've done Brazilian Arapiraca wrappers before, Mexican Sundra and the San Andreas. They do a lot with, they have their own Ecuadorian Connecticut as well. So they work with some of the same styles of tobacco, just in different ways, creating different creations. This is a 6x54 box press, which means it's 6 inches long. Always makes Fingers Malloy laugh. And the ring gauge is a 54. The diameter of the cigar, or how thick it is around. Again, with the laughter. So a 64 ring gauge would be a full inch around. And a box press is beautiful because when you lay it down, look, see what's happening? I've laid it down, and it's not rolling away.
It's a golfer's best friend other than a 7-iron.
And a hole in one.
Oh, there's that too.
And the beer girl coming with the beer.
That's true as well. Man, a lot of best friends for the golfer.
Honestly, box press on a golf course is the way to go. Just makes your life easy. Set it down in the cart, hit your shot. You know it's going to be terrible. You sliced. And then you go back and you get your cigar. At least you got that going for you.
We got to get you on a golf course.
We never have to get me on a golf course.
Why
None of that
not?
has to happen.
Why? Why not?
Why ruin a perfectly good cigar and day?
Sometimes I look at a golf course and some people ask the question, why? I ask, why not?
Look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you. Golf philosopher.
That's so true. No, you need to make that happen.
We just lit this up, the MAFU from DBL Cigars, and you want to light yours up. Fingers, you're just into the first third of the cigar. Already smoking way faster than me. Well,
I need to put that down because I am smoking it rapidly.
What do you got so
a
far?
Nice little bit of spice, and I maybe some wood, but I'm getting more of a nuttiness from the cigar. And right now that's about it, but we just lit so we're just in the first third of the first third.
Absolutely correct. You want to take the cigar, break it up in your head. First third, second third, final third. Then you want to get your notebook out. What did you eat today? What did you drink today? And write that down. What is the weather like? It's been nice here in Indianapolis, Indiana. It's been chilly. It's been rainy. There's been snow. There has been nuclear winter. It has been ridiculous. All the seasons in just one day. A little chilly today. A little overcast. A little chilly today as we've done the show. And then it'll affect your palate. But you want to write down the flavors that you get out of each third. And then when you try that cigar another month from now or 6 months from now, whatever it is, do it again. And then you'll get your flavors and compare the notes. And then you'll see your through lines. Like, what is it that you really got out of the cigar? I'm not saying no to the idea of wood. I'm not saying no to nuttiness, but it's not a chewiness to the nutty. It's not a richness. It's more of this kind of spicy almond thing going on. And maybe I'm playing it wrong. And what I'm really getting is almost like a bitter dark chocolate or a bittersweet chocolate, right? So it's a weird kind of mix there. Not bad. Nice construction, feels wonderful, wonderful in the hand, but we're suckers for box presses.
Yeah.
And Cameroon, right? Toothy wrapper usually brings about certain kinds of flavors. Not overwhelming me with those kinds, those typical things, not at all. But this is so far an easy smoke, a little bit brighter than I thought it would be, a little bit lighter than I thought it would be.
I think the hand feel, you already mentioned the box press, but also the heft is there. It's not, too light by any stretch of the imagination. I think that it actually, no, I'm not going to say it's heavier than I thought. It's perfect. The draw is nice and easy, and to the point where I'm already halfway through the first third, it feels like, because I'm smoking it so quickly, which again, I need to put this thing down.
The MAFU, MAFU. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I am known for my pronunciations. Can I tell you? We did tequila the other day.
Mm-hmm.
We did a reposado. And years ago, we did tequila. I was pronouncing it wrong. I don't know why. It got into my head, Resposado.
Oh, I thought you said mispronounced tequila.
No. Reposado, not Resposado. And there's some dude out there who I didn't recall it, but sent me a tweet, a post there on the X, on the Twitter, was like, finally, you got the pronunciation right. Last time we did a tequila was like a year plus ago, and this guy was just waiting for his moment to be like, finally, you're not a moron. This over a tequila.
Thanks for listening.
Right? Well, if you're going to listen, could you at least have a good time? He was filled with rage.
So I have to pose this question, and not that you do what you can to make a mental note of everyone who offers feedback, but is that the first time you've seen this guy actually offer any kind of feedback at all? And it's that?
No, it reminded me that he had sent us a message. Then you're pronouncing it wrong. Oh, I did. It was my mistake, and it happens. And sometimes I'll pronounce something wrong. Right? Dear Lord, did you hear me try and pronounce the Ordage, the cigar last week from La Aurora? Took me a while.
We do 2 hours of radio. During the show, you say dozens of words. There's going to be a time where you may not have the proper pronunciation.
I at least say dozens of words.
Dozens of words.
In this show. This is interesting. Your Cameroon mixed with that Pennsylvania broadleaf in the filler from DBL Cigars. I don't know. I was expecting a bigger hit. I am curious if it's going to come. What I'm getting right now, weirdly, because first it was like, is this like a bitter chocolate, a bittersweet chocolate? And is that a kind of an almond thing? Now the whole thing's gotten sweet. The whole thing's gotten sweet. Like there is the spice is on the tip of the tongue, but the sweet's in the cheek. And I'm like, I'm not even sure where I'm at. I don't know which flavor is supposed to be more pronounced from the start.
Marzipan.
That is not marzipan.
Oh, drat. Well, I can tell you right now, I'm not getting the sweetness you're talking about.
Well, we've got time.
Yes.
Keep it here. This is Eat, Drink, Smoke. I want to take a moment, Fingers Malloy, because why shouldn't we utilize this time on Eat, Drink, Smoke show to absolutely ruin ourselves with the influencer community?
How is that possible, Tony? They aren't at all able to be offended.
It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. I'm Tony Katz, and that right there is America's favorite amateur drinker, Fingers Malloy. So we were having a conversation, that we do. We've got the video of all of the show, and we have these videos out. We sometimes do some in between the breaks, backstage. What I don't know what we call it.
After dark, behind the scenes,
whatever,
behind the dark,
and you should catch some of those videos. But a conversation came up about the influencers on social media, and specifically these women in various states of undress who do this nonsense dance in the hope of getting clicks. And you were discussing in hopes of then you going to their OnlyFans page.
Not me.
Right. No, never you. This, however, is not the story. The story is is that I don't know who told these women that this big filler lips and plastic look is attractive, but you don't look attractive. I'm a guy who needs to lose a couple pounds. I'll go with that. I'm better looking than you are. I want that understood. You look ridiculous. You look like a mannequin. You look like a toy. No one actually wants to look at your face or spend a life with you. What the hell are you doing? You see, when Kylie Jenner decides to get the plastic surgery because she doesn't get any of the looks of the rest of the family, totally mutilates her face and manages to turn it into $1 billion and is now having sex with Timothée Chalamet.
Wow.
Well, people are like, I could do that too. No, most of you just look terrible, like you got hit by a hot frying pan. You look terrible. You look awful. You're not attractive. What are you doing? And if you say to me, who do I think I am? I can't believe I'm speaking about women like this. I can't believe anybody else hasn't told you this. Your own father should have told you this. Well, maybe it's the father issues that made you do the plastic surgery. I don't really know, but you look terrible. Gosh, dang, darn fiddlesticks. That's me cleaning it up for radio.
Keep going. Why stop there? This is wonderful.
The level of fake and the level of inauthentic. The idea that somebody would want to look. My father was a man of many sayings, and most of them I've tried very hard to get out of my head. But his philosophy of make sure you marry a good-looking woman because you have to look at her every morning over breakfast. He was not wrong. Every day you are going to look at this abomination of plasticity. Wait, is plasticity?
For now it is.
Sure. You're going to look at this one and be like, that's attractive. It's not.
But the good news is you wake up the next day, the face can look totally different.
She's not a Mr. Potato Head.
Really? Are you going with that? Some of them look like a Mr. Potato Head.
The parts are interchangeable, but it still takes surgery. Can't just pluck out that nose.
It doesn't just take surgery.
One.
Apparently, what they do, and you folks out there who are plastic surgeons, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a plastic surgeon, but they take one of those. They take one of those injectors that you get at the store to inject your turkey, and they put filler in it, and they poke it in the woman's lips, and they fill them up, and then they did the cheeks too. And then they got the needle that they stick in their eye for the Botox. Correct me if I'm wrong, plastic surgeons out there. But please.
And I don't want to just go after these plastic women on Instagram. When you're 200 pounds overweight, don't be putting on no clothes. Don't be dancing like you're sexy. Don't tell us you're sexy. It's not sexy. No part of it is attractive. No part of it is healthy. And my God, the reason why women have body issues, this is what you have. You're supposed to look at both of those and say, that's gross. I'm going to go live my life like a normal person.
Like a normal person. Let me explain something. Let me look directly into the camera for those who are watching on YouTube and Rumble.
For you on radio, Fingers is looking directly into your heart.
Yes, that's true. Just for those who are listening on the radio, just feel my words for a second.
Oh, dear God.
First of all, there's two things that we can agree on. One, Father Time is a jerk. And secondly, there's nothing wrong with letting yourself go.
Oh, stop it.
There's nothing wrong.
Wait, there's nothing wrong with plastic surgery. There's nothing wrong. If you want to have the tummy tuck or whatever, go right ahead. I personally oppose facelifts.
I was doing the point counterpoint where Tony went off on you shouldn't get plastic surgery, and I was sort of agreeing with him, saying there's nothing wrong with letting yourself go.
There might be a reason. Look, you're not going to see. You were talking about yourself, weren't you?
Well, yeah. I mean, if I'm being totally honest, in the last 3 years, I've gained 97 pounds. Not 97.
A woman is 300 pounds if she is a pound, and we're told somehow that she's a symbol of beauty. No. She could be lovely, but it's not something to aspire to. Of all the things I do, my weight is not something to aspire to.
I wonder if this is a downward spiral with some of these people. And again, I'm coming from the perspective as a man who is a fatty, fat. Having said that, so just throwing that out there, uh, I wonder if these women get on the Instagram and they think, okay, I'm going to be some sort of influencer. And then it spirals to the point where next thing you know, 6 months later, they realize the only way they're going to get a following is if they get into a bikini or something even less to get to the
Okay.
OnlyFans.
So now let's have the conversation about the plastic surgery people might do to create a look. That can happen. It can happen for careers. Hollywood does it all the time. That is far different than this plastic face, massive lips. I have no idea what is happening with your cheekbones. Nonsense. It's it's disgusting. It's disgusting. It is what it is, what it is. And someone's going to tell me, someone is going to go out there and say, so this white man had the audacity. My last name is spelled Katz. I just want to make sure we're all clear about my audacity. He's got this privilege. It's not privilege. It's the First Amendment. He's going to mansplain it. I'm a man and I explain things. They actually pay me to do it. Any questions?
My question is, why is it okay to critique our looks, which happens on a regular basis? People talk about my hair all the time. I got a different style. Sometimes it's mohawk, sometimes this, sometimes that. I don't like your hair like this. Don't like your hair like that. Hey, fatty, lose a couple pounds. Why is it okay when
someone has said to you, hey, fatty, lose a couple pounds?
Yes, Dad, and I'm sick and tired of hearing from you about that.
My God, Fingers Malloy Sr., how dare you? It's way more than a couple. Just thank you for allowing me this moment. And by the way, all of Eat, Drink, Smoke Nation agrees with me. If you're in your car, honk your horn if you agree with me.
Wow.
You hear that? Thousands of horns have all been honked.
You feel better?
Somewhat.
That's good.
Somewhat.
Therapeutic.
It's important. This is Eat, Drink, Smoke. No plastic. I don't think they make this anymore, Fingers.
What?
I don't know how we found this beer, and we picked beer because, it's National Hot Chicken Day and week coming up, and you can't have hot chicken without a beer.
That is true. It's actually in the Constitution.
And thank goodness we've got a beer with coconut in it to match up our hot chicken.
Wait, what?
It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. I'm Tony Katz, and that right there is America's favorite amateur drinker, Fingers Malloy. Find everything we do at eatdrinksmokeshow.com. Sun King is based here in Indianapolis, Indiana, and they do a whole series of beers. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is Scout Badge. Scout Badge. Fingers Malloy, why don't you read what Scout Badge is right there?
So Scout Badge is a porter ale brewed with chocolate, caramel, and coconut. And they have a picture of what appears to be on the can there, a Samoa.
A Samoa, the cookie, right? That's the cookie that's got the little stripes of chocolate on it.
It's by far, we often do studies in the lab over at the Fingers Malloy Institute for Institutes of Institutes.
Oh, I love that place.
Yeah, and it has been known for several years now, according to scientists, that Samoas are the best Girl Scout cookies.
You think they're the best?
Yes.
You think this is the best?
Yes.
You know what I think the best is? Trefoil.
Are you making that up?
Yeah. Well, it is a cookie. I don't even couldn't tell you what it is. Grab this because and I swear to you, it's true. I didn't know that we actually had this in my house, and it was cold. And I think that we knew we were going to do a beer, and Fingers picked up beer, but we didn't have time to get it cold enough. So we're like, well, this will work. It's a porter. It's got chocolate. We love chocolate. And caramel. We love caramel. And coconut. Well, this will be interesting. That's basically what we said.
Tony just pulled the curtain back for you to get a peek of the hours upon hours of show prep that we do for this.
We know we're doing more food and we want to pair things up. We're some things are rock and roll. We just knew we wanted to do a beer with the hot chicken instead of the bourbon. This coming weekend is National Hot Chicken Day because there's a national day for everything.
Now,
we're actually doing the nose here.
It smells like a porter. I'm not getting any.
Smell like a porter to you? By the way, 7.5% alcohol by volume. Holy cow! Really?
Here's what I'm not getting. I'm not getting coconut, which I'm pretty excited about that because I love coconut. I'm not a big coconut beer guy, but I'm not getting. There is a hint of. It does smell a little bit like a chocolate porter.
Yes, there's definitely a chocolate, not a coconut, and a little bit of citrus.
Oh,
that's what it is. Do you need a glass? I mean, we're doing it right out of the can.
Do you get a note of aluminum?
Oh, screw it. You want to go first, Fingers Malloy? You ready for this?
I'm ready for it now.
Listen, try things. That's what life is about. He's doing with his beer the Kentucky Chew, moving it around the palate, getting a feel for it. Sometimes you want to take 2 sips. The first one to really set the taste buds. The second sip to really get an idea of flavors. What say you, Fingers?
This is strange. I am getting chocolate on this. I'm not getting caramel or coconut. There's a citrus note there. It's chocolate.
There's a citrus note, not just in the nose, but in the actual beer.
Chocolate and citrus. And you would think that would be off-putting. It's actually really good.
All right, I'm going in. This is the Scout Badge from the people at Sun King.
Okay, he's going in, ladies and gentlemen. He's doing the second swish. Well,
that's pretty good.
It is, right?
That's a little weird. I have no idea how it's going to go with hot chicken. Okay. It is. I'm going to get a glass. Hold on.
Look at
you talk. I'll get a glass.
Okay, so over the years when we have done a beer review, both Tony and I agree that we are stout guys. A nice porter. So we have reviewed several stouts and porters on the show. We haven't done anything like this. With the idea of having which basically is supposed to be Girl Scout cookie in a can. So
I just want to see what it looks like.
I have to say I'm not getting any coconut, and
I got to admit that is pretty.
Yes, and maybe I'm not crazy about the citrus though, am I?
No, I do think it's there. There's a weird, I do, but this is. First of all, that's pretty. We've poured into a rocks glass. We suck. I don't think I have pint glasses in here. Remind me to get pint glasses in here.
Hey, Tony, you should get pint glasses in here.
Thank you. Have my people take a note. It's beautiful. I mean, that's a beautiful black.
Yeah.
Right there, which is weird because it looks so dark. It does not taste that dark. It's got a nice little bit of richness to it. Absolutely, you're getting that chocolate piece. It's got the porter mouthfeel, which is super important.
I'll tell you something else. Usually this high alcohol by volume porter or stouts, you could taste a little bit of the alcohol. There's none of that with this.
And it's a little brighter than I would have predicted. It is.
Boy, that's good.
That's pretty damn good.
If you can get your hands on it, I highly recommend
that's just it. I don't know where in the world we got this from. I don't know where I was where this was available, or I don't think I even think I got it. I think my wife must have picked it up.
I think I figured this out. You've had this for a while and you had it sitting next to a case of Mellow Yellow, and that's where I'm getting the citrus.
I don't think that's
not how
any part of that works in any way, shape, or form.
Fresca?
Oh, it totally could have been. It totally could have been a Fresca right there. My point is that I don't know how old this is.
Wow.
Like not the beer itself. I'm talking about what year it came out. I just have absolutely no idea.
Maybe if you would looked on the can.
Go ahead, look on the can.
1997.
That's not.
No, that's not.
That's not it.
Oh,
that is not it. And I honestly, now I'm like, wait a second. If I don't remember buying it, I have no idea what we paid for this. I have no idea at all what this cost. This is fascinating. But this is one of those great examples of you can be pleasantly surprised by the weirdest stuff. You should absolutely be trying things. Up, I found it.
Oh,
I found it. Fingers Malloy. Is this in your liquor cabinet for $12 a 6-pack?
yes. Yes.
That's $2 a beer.
Wow.
Did the math all by myself.
Forget it then. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it was a 6-pack. One of those big box liquor stores has it. And they still, they're saying it's out of stock, but that's what they were selling it for. $11.99. $11.99. Absolutely.
Do you think people are listening right now who are fans of this beer if it hasn't been out for a while, or like, how do we get a hold of Tony to get his last few cans?
Please don't show up at the studio. Things could get ugly for all of us. From Sun King, the Scout badge, right on with the chocolate, caramel, and coconut. Huh? This is Eat, Drink, Smoke. Opening day is almost upon us for all the baseball people. It's about time. Well, didn't they already have opening day because you had the Dodgers playing and where were they?
Japan or something. And talk about a weird experience there, because you had them kind of suspend preseason to go play 2 regular season games in Japan and then come back to the United States and then start up preseason again.
As we've seen from the NFL, going international is the way it is. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. I'm Tony Katz. That right there is Fingers Malloy. And on my wrist, Flederman Von Riest. Thrilled to be their brand ambassador for Von Riest watches, assembled right here in America, in Indiana, not too far from where I live. Mechanical, known as the Munchner, automatics, the Hanoverian, the Einheit, and a fantastic chronograph is out there, the Rudenrecker. It's a beautiful line of watches. Thrilled to be a part of what they're doing. You want to go to Von Riest, Rieste, vonriest.com, and use promo code CATS to get your discount. Flederman Von Riest, an incredible tradition. 2 brothers who want to do something cool. Thrilled to be working with them. Von Riest, Rieste, vonriest.com. Use promo code CATS and get your discount. Are you a Detroit Tigers guy? What are they? The Gritty Kitties?
Yes, the Gritty Kitties. You know, it's odd. I moved down to Indiana in 2000, and because the Tigers weren't on every day around here, I stopped watching them. So, and same thing with the Red Wings, but thank goodness that you could still watch those high-flying Detroit Lions every Sunday with the satellite dish.
So now that you know that opening day is upon us, here are the 10 new food items at the ballparks. Reason to go to the game is to eat the food, because they've all figured out you're going to eat something. People will pay for interesting and quality. Might as well give it to them. And I love that.
And they make so much money at the concession stands. And a lot of these food items, you look at it and you think, okay, there's $2.50 worth of food there. And then they charge you $37.
This for the Arizona Diamondbacks. They play in Arizona, by the way.
Wow.
The Filthy Mac Fries. By the way, filthy is not appealing. It's not appetizing. So they take French fries, white cheddar mac and cheese, pork belly bacon, crispy onions. And that means after you eat them, after you eat the Filthy Mac Fries, you have to use the Arizona Diamondbacks filthy bathroom.
Nicely played. Have you ever had anything with melted white cheddar on it?
Sure.
Oh, there's at least I shouldn't mention the name of the restaurant because they aren't a sponsor of Eat, Drink, Smoke, but there's a place here in Indianapolis, I think it's a chain. They make a sloppy Joe the size of your head, and then I believe they serve it on a bed of French fries, and then they pour melted white cheddar cheese all over the top of it, and then stick a knife through it. And hold on, I need a minute.
Do you need time?
Oh my goodness.
I'll go on to the next one.
Okay.
The Pittsburgh Pirates with Polish cannonballs.
I'm sorry.
Insert your Polish joke here. It is it's basically an egg roll, but it's in ball form, filled with egg noodles, kielbasa, cabbage, bacon, and cheddar cheese. Yeah. All of a sudden, you're okay with cabbage.
Yeah, when you stuff kielbasa, bacon, and cheddar cheese in it, you're not tasting the cabbage.
Yeah. Now we're gonna look to try and make some of these. That's worth making. because anything that's a variation of the egg roll,
Yes.
I'm all in for. Then you have over here the Houston Astros. It's the Daddy Mac dog, which is basically taking a hot dog. Actually, this isn't a hot dog. It's a hot dog. Yes, it is, with brisket, mac and cheese, and fried pickles.
Oh my goodness.
I think they're trying too hard.
I totally agree with you. I would not eat 3 of these if they put them in front of me right now.
Yes, you would.
Sounds wonderful.
The Kansas City Royals have the blue velvet whoopie pie. Do you know what a whoopie pie is? Fingers, Malloy.
Should I Google whoopie pie?
Oh, yes. Yes, you should go to Urban Dictionary
Uh-huh.
and you should check out whoopie pie right there. No, it's the classic. It's like 2 kind of like cake cookies, and then it's got the cream in the middle. You know what a whoopie pie is.
I got to tell you, this is the Kansas City Royals. And I am familiar with a whoopie pie now that I'm looking at it. We have a few friends in Missouri, and one of the things that they swear by, they've told me, and they're shocked that a Hoosier would not have tried. Apparently, a very popular dessert in Missouri is the gooey butter cake.
Oh, yeah.
I've never had gooey butter cake. Have you?
You have never. We have a mutual friend
Okay.
by the name of Virginia.
Uh-huh.
And her family has a fantastic bakery. It's actually on the Illinois side of St. Louis.
Okay.
And stupendous. The things that they do. Gooey butter cake, yeah, is all over that area.
So what does it taste like?
Have you ever had anything gooey before?
Once.
Yeah, I mean it's
buttery.
It's yes.
It's gooey butter.
It's a buttery confection.
Is it heavy or is it like?
Oh God, yes.
I don't want anything to go straight to my thighs.
Oh, it's gonna go to your thighs, right down to your toes. You're gonna have the fattest big toe you ever saw.
I have gout.
Right?
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic.
S'mores quesadillas in Philadelphia. Have you ever done a smoked quesadilla?
No.
Can you do that?
No, I never have.
We should find out.
So, yes, we should. I have never been one to make a habit out of using a cast iron skillet. I know you're the cast iron skillet aficionado.
Yes, I am.
So would it be interesting? Because you put it on the smoker, the quesadilla, right? But then at some point you need it to you need a little bit of crust. You need to get to make it firm. Not just so you got to put it on a skillet, right?
Oh, to crisp up. So
Yeah.
maybe you can't smoke it. It's an interesting question. I don't know. I just think the smoke flavor would be like good.
Yeah.
Right. It would be solid. What it to you is ballpark food? Is it the hot dog? Is it the popcorn? Is it one of these things?
It's a hot dog. There's something about the hot dog at a ballpark watching a baseball game that makes it 30% better.
Right.
Even if it's boiled. And I'm not a big boiled hot dog person. Are you?
Oh, like New York street corner dirty water hot dog all day.
Because they haven't changed the water in like 15 years.
That's where the flavor is.
That's exactly right.
The flavor is in every time that guy has sneezed.
I think that's the one thing I really regret, because I don't think I'm ever going to go back to New York City. I never had the hot dog cart experience. I was always looking for the best piece of pizza in New York. So that's where I was always headed to.
You're never going to go back to New York?
I don't think so.
Really?
Seen it. You know what I'll do? I'll just go to Vegas and go to New York. Best of both worlds.
I've been to New York, and Vegas. It's different.
What?
Yep. The New York, and Vegas is really kind of fantastic. It's actually a great family hotel casino, because there are places you can be away from the slots, but it's missing that classic New York urine smell.
See,
and
way to clean it up for radio, because you didn't use the word stench.
Oh, is that how I cleaned it up?
Yes, you made it more pleasant, family friendly.
I know I'm back in September for a radio conference. You should come.
I heard it's going to rain.
Oh, yeah, it might.
But enjoy yourself.
But
bring me back a hot dog.
When it rains, it clears out that fine urine stench.
There it is.
Yeah, I'm good. This is Eat, Drink, Smoke. You, Fingers, had the most unique of questions, ever to be asked anywhere in the history of mankind.
Well, I don't know about that,
The
but
finest question ever asked of another human being.
not sure if that's where we're going. But you know, for
The riddle of the Sphinx comes in a distant fourth compared to your question right here.
the riddle of the Sphinx.
Do you not know the riddle of the Sphinx?
Yes. It starts off with, there once was a man from Nantucket.
Oh, I'm sorry, I meant Sphinx, Leon Sphinx.
Oh, good.
Sorry.
Good. No, I was just curious because, as you know, I have been on the road a lot.
Oh, you've been doing a lot of driving.
Yes. You know, with my world tour and everything.
Right.
What are the things for you that are essential for long road trips? Whether it's, well, let's start with in the car, and then we'll go with music, road trip music afterward. But if you know you're going to be on the road for a while, do you smoke your cigars in the car?
Oh.
What do you drink? What do you do?
All right. So it depends. First of all, it depends on the time of day.
Mhm.
No, it doesn't. If I am road tripping more than 2 hours, absolutely there's a cigar.
Mhm.
I smoke in my car. I apologize to no one. Don't apologize to my wife, my kids.
Well, they're
No.
not in the car.
No, if they're in the car, I don't smoke,
Mhm.
which is why I hate road tripping with the family. If I'm with the family, after about an hour and a half, my wife needs to take over. I need to go to sleep.
Isn't that amazing?
If I'm by myself, I can go for forever.
I drove from northern Indianapolis to Fort Myers, Florida. I made it all the way to Jacksonville, straight through, other than a couple of stops at Buc-ee's, and I could have kept going. If I drive from Indianapolis to Fort Wayne with the family, I'm drowsy.
Exhausted, brutalized. It's so terrible. So yes, a cigar. Depending on time of day, I've either grabbed a coffee or I've grabbed a Diet Coke. But I'm sipping slow
Mhm.
because don't need the bathroom break. Food, I used to do snacks. And now I'm very, very particular about the snacks. I would rather not eat anything. And if I'm gonna stop, and let's say I'm getting chicken tenders, right?
Yeah.
The hot chicken or whatever, and I'll either sit down and eat, or if I'm taking it with me, it's very slow eating. Like I'll have, let's say if it's 4 tenders, I'll have 2, and the other 2 will wait 30 minutes or something like that. I space it out that way, but I don't do snacking anymore because it's absentee eating, and it's the last thing in the world that I need, and it's gonna make you stop more often, and I don't want to stop if I'm trying to get to the place.
Yeah, for me, it's a coffee, or if I have to have some sort of diet soda. And then for food, I will get either a sandwich. I don't want sides. I don't want to make a huge mess in the car. And I don't know if you've noticed, when you go to a fast food joint, you get fries. First of all, you get the the French fry dandruff that can fly all over the place. You know, either the big,
The French fry dandruff.
yeah, the French
Salt?
fry dandruff. Either the huge grains of salt that they put on these fries.
They put on huge grains,
Yes.
do they?
Yes. Or when you reach in the bag for the fries, and you grab 2, but there are actually 3 in the little clump of fries you get, and then one like flies over your head and lands in the back seat. That ever happened to you?
No.
It's never happened to you. Well, anyway, it's better to just have a sandwich or something, a burger, no sides. But what about
Hey, wait, a burger in the car?
Sure.
It's impossible.
Oh, please.
You're driving with your knees?
No, one hand on the wheel, one hand on the burger.
I don't even know that.
Listen, we're not talking about a sit-down restaurant type burger. We're talking about a fast food burger that comes in a wrapper or some sort of foil.
I gotta sit and do that.
But the other thing, road trip music. I mean, I think that's one of the things that's great when you're traveling by yourself, is to have the ability to, you are completely in charge of what's going through your speakers.
I'm always in charge of what's going on.
Oh, look at you.
Again, I rule my family with an iron fist.
Iron fist was
And cash payments.
Yeah,
I rule my family with an iron fist and cash payments.
So what are some of your go-to things?
Traveling music?
Yeah, traveling music.
Life is a Highway. You got to have Life is a Highway. We built the city on rock and roll. And anything that is a remake by Tiffany.
Oh, there it is. Why don't you just throw Rebecca Black in there while you're at it?
I don't know who that is.
Remember the song Friday, Friday?
Oh, I love that song. That's what kicks off my jam.
You know, she's touring right now.
Is she really?
Yes.
What are we even doing here?
I don't know.
Why don't we go?
Well,
Get shirts made?
Or either that or we come up with a song and then we can tour. It's Thursday. Oh, crap. It's Thursday. That kind of thing.
Okay. It's a good question. Driving music. It's
highway music.
The last drive I did, I drove out to DC.
Mm-hmm.
So 9 hours. And I got the Sirius satellite. I got the Sirius satellite. The Tom Petty channel took me far. Tom Petty, who I missed in concert, and I still regret it.
One of the best shows I ever saw.
I missed Stevie Ray Vaughan in concert, and I still regret it. That took me far. Between him, 70s on 7, and First Wave, right? Classic alternative.
Yeah.
I was set. A little bit of Springsteen in the mix, a little bit of the Beatles in the mix, and the Studio 54 channel, because why not?
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I love Tom Petty, and usually it's some sort of Tom Petty mix for me, or Traveling Wilburys, maybe some Johnny Cash on the road too. Yeah. I'll tell you a band that I just discovered, and it's not like it's a band that is new, because they
Tub Thumpers.
Close.
Did they do that fabulous hit?
Close.
Was that Chumbawamba? I don't know which one they are.
I had vaguely heard of this band, and then like a month ago they popped up in my YouTube feed. The Tragically Hip.
Oh, you went full Canadian.
Yes, and now I have since fallen into off and on a Tragically Hip rabbit hole where they just came out with in 2024 a 4-part series documentary on Prime about the Tragically Hip, and it was really interesting. And then they had like a whole farewell concert, because their lead singer, what was his name, Gord Downey, had terminal brain cancer.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. And so it was they had a concert in their hometown where they started in Kingston, Ontario. And I guess that concert was viewed by 1/3 of Canada. They all tuned in. They broadcast it live. And I don't know, I've been falling in the rabbit hole with them lately. And it's like, I've listened to it. It's like, this is kind of good road trip music.
All right. I have to go listen then. But Tom Petty, and not just, like Running Down a Dream and stuff like that. Honeybee.
Yeah.
Room at the Top.
That's a good song.
There's just some incredibly good music, but breakdown with the windows down, cigar in hand. You're all right. You are all right. We were all right. Smoking from DBL. You can go to dblcigars.com. The MAFU, which of course named after one of their longtime employees. We did as the box press, which is the 6x54 with that Cameroon wrapper. Look, I'm not going to tell you anything other than it's not something you see every day, which means it has to get smoked. You have to give it a go, regardless of wherever you want to be on price. I'm not telling you how to live with that thing. It's these days, I don't even know what to make of price. And I got to tell you, the Sun King, the Scout Badge, nice. Find everything at eatdrinksmokeshow.com. This is a win, by the way. This is Eat Drink Smoke.
Follow Eat Drink Smoke on social media, on Twitter at Go Eat Drink Smoke, on Facebook, facebook.com/Eat Drink Smoke, and Instagram at Eat Drink Smoke Podcast. Hey, you made it all the way through to the end of this video. We're proud of you.
You should watch more of our videos. Make sure you subscribe right there to Eat Drink Smoke, wherever it is you get your videos, on YouTube, on Rumble, and don't forget Instagram, Eat Drink Smoke Podcast, where we've got the shorts and some very cool things going on.